talk about young shakes. Chicago 2 represent just change. And this for my city.
Hey, I do it for my city. Dog, I don't plan on going down. If he think I'm going down, then he gon' first round for my city. Dog, I ain't never.
This is Lacy L Jr. of Rice Fame Group, welcoming you to chat with HBCU Champions Season 2, Episode 4, featuring head coach David Oliver from Howard University, whose teams won the 2022 Women's Cross Country and 2023 Women's Indoor Track and Field MEAC Championships. Congratulations and welcome to the show, Coach.
Hey, thanks for having me on again. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, please tell us about yourself, including your coaching experience.
Well, of course, my name's David Oliver. Had a great career as an elite athlete in the 110-meter hurdle event. I'm an alum of Howard University and really happy to be back at home and leading the program and hoping to get us to more great things. My coaching background is all Howard, so definitely trying to make sure that those young men and women that are in the program now get some success on and off the track, and I think we've been doing a great job of that to this point.
Okay. Well, Coach, please tell us about this year's teams, the cross country and indoor track and field teams. Who are your key athletes and some of their accomplishments?
Oh, well, yes. Cross country this fall was, they kicked off the academic year with in great fashion, being able to win the conference title. That was the first time we had done that since, I believe, 2005. So they got the ball rolling for us on this quest for us to try to, win the Triple Crown, with indoor, outdoor, in addition to that cross country title. So, our main top runners on the squad are, of course, Melanie White, Brianna McDonald, and Jocelyn Crosby and Camille Egbula, just the kind of top front runners for us in that department. They finished runners up last year, the 2021 season, and came back this year with the quest to win that cross country title, and they got it done. And they also were able to go to the NCAA level, competing in the Mid-Atlantic Regional this year, and finishing 24th. So it was a great fall campaign on the cross country program. The indoor season just wrapped up not too long ago. We were able to defend our title on the women's team, back-to-back MEAC champions that hadn't been done in program history either. And so, we have so many great athletes, but Jessica Wright is one that's always going to stand up and be in the forefront of the program this year, setting the record in the 400 meters this indoor season, win the back-to-back crown there. We have newcomers to the program, Darcy Kahn, who was able to win the 60-meter dash and the 60 hurdle while setting school records in both of those events. Another newcomer, Michaela Rogers, in the weight throw event. She was able to win that and set the school record in that event too. So we had we came out last year with a great group of athletes and was able to win our first indoor title in, it seemed like forever, and was able to come back and reload again this year and get it done even to a greater extent. So it was a great indoor season. Now we're looking to carry that momentum to the outdoor season.
Okay. All right. Well, can you give us an idea about your conference and the competition that you had this year?
Absolutely. The conference is really strong. We've had a great tradition of track and field athletes in the Mideastern Athletic Conference over the years, and this year, it's no different. With the cross country side, with Norfolk State's had a tremendous tradition in that category, and so I think this was the first time we were able to beat them and win that title on the women's team in quite a while, and of course they're just as strong on the track. But for us, that's the beauty of track and field is it's not really a conference-based sport. We compete against all the best programs across the country because the ultimate goal is always to make it to the national championship level. That was my goal when I came here to Howard, is to get us to be in a national level program. That's what my goal is. So I don't really focus on the MEAC conference per se. We want to get as many people to the national level as possible. And, we've, like I said, done a good job of that too. And, our women's program is currently ranked number 27 in the country. And we're looking to just keep working and to increase that ranking. And yeah, hope when June comes around that we can have a great account of ourselves at the national championship.
Okay. All right. Well, tell us more about your postseason on the cross country and the indoor track and field side.
Yeah, so postseason in cross after having the triumph at the MEAC Championships, they're able to go to the NCAA level, which is the regional level, and compete there. So as conference champions, you get the opportunity to do that and compete against the best teams in your region. A lot of those powerful programs that we come to know in across several different sports, like your Penn States and programs like that are there. And it was a great experience for them. Indoor, of course, we have the after conference championship, we have the IC4A ECAC Championship, which is it's a championship that's I think it's about 50 schools that are in that stretches from Maine to Virginia, all competing against each other, the Division I programs. So you have your Ivy League schools, some of your Big East schools, all of those sort of programs, and the women were able to win that title as well. So yeah, they came home with 2 championship trophies this year, and so like I said, we'll see if that was a great springboard for this outdoor season.
Okay, all right. Well, on a personal side, for you, did you receive any honors this year for your coaching?
Yeah, it was the conference women's coach of the year, which is it's a great honor to be noticed for that, and was our region coach of the year for indoor track and field as well, Mid-Atlantic region. So this was back-to-back years winning that award as well for best women's coach in the region, which is good because that's something that your peers vote on. So it's not just that we think that our program is doing a great job. Other people that are in our same region, they're noticing what we're doing at Howard with the track and field program on the women's side specifically. And, we're being noticed for that. So yeah, it was a good indoor season for winning a lot of awards for the program, coaching, and things of that nature.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on that as well. It's always great to be recognized for your coaching, and I guess that tells everyone that you are at the top of the pile when it comes to what you contribute and what you give, not only to your particular teams, but to the sport as a whole. Because like you said, you were chosen by your peers.
Yeah.
And there's no, at least to me, there's no greater honor than being chosen by your peers.
Absolutely. It's just, like I said, it's just a testament mainly to the student athletes. All of us coaches, without the student athletes, we really don't have we're not coaching anybody on this level. So it's really a testament to them, their hard work and character, and the amount of sacrifice that goes into being really good at this sport. It takes a lot. So it's really just I'm just living in their reflective glory, to be honest. I'm giving them the roadmap, they're following it and doing a great job of doing so. And, we've got a great staff. So yes, it's just good to, to be recognized for that. But at the end of the day, we can't get caught up in awards and doing this for external factors. You've got to be really extremely intrinsically motivated to, be a coach on the collegiate level as well as being an athlete. If you're doing it for other things other than kind of what motivates and what moves you, then I think that you're in the wrong business. So I'm not really motivated by awards. I just find more joy in seeing the student athletes that I work with have success, because I mean they put an extreme amount of hard work on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. All right. Well, for those athletes who want to compete for you and compete for Howard, what do you look for in prospects?
Oh, the mental toughness side. You got to be tough. This is I tell them all the time that this is Division I athletics. This is not a recreational sport. I want the best athletes that are going to be, just lock in and do what needs to be done. It's not easy, like I mentioned before. So you've got to have you have to have that intrinsic motivating factor, because if you don't have that, then it's probably going to be very hard to be great at this sport on the Division I level. So it's really that, of course, we have the times and performances and things like that kind of give you an indicator of what type of athlete they are. But, I think we do a good job of developing the talent that walks in the door at Howard University. We're not getting all of your, 4 and 5 star athletes per se, but when they walk out of the door, when they're graduating from this program, they're absolutely 4 and 5 star level athletes. So, you just never know. But, recruiting is like, it's like crapshoot, because you just never know. Some of the best athletes that in high school maybe not pan out in college, and some of the ones that were overlooked, they have that will and that burning fire inside of themselves to get it done, and they become some of the best. So it's really just if you show that you want to and you care a lot, I just do whatever I can to make sure that you're as successful as you can be.
Okay. All right. Well, please tell us more about Howard. What are some of the major programs there, and what majors do your athletes tend to take?
Oh, absolutely. Well, Howard, the university, it speaks for itself. I mean, we produce the best and the brightest athletes, and students, and everything that you could think of. When it comes to majors, I mean, we have everything. Most of our athletes, they're School of Business and Marketing or Supply Chain Management. Or they're in economics, or getting their master's degrees in public health. Biology is something that's extremely popular. That biology, chemistry, kind of med school track. That's what a lot of people are involved in. But we have everything. Howard, we're called the Mecca for a reason. It's Black excellence, the center for that. Academically has always been the case. I mean, we can look no further than kind of the White House and see that going. And now the athletic side is starting to match up to the academic side. All of our programs athletically are doing extremely well. Championship level programs across the board. And it really is just a hat. I got to take my hat off to Carrie Davis, our athletic director. Putting the coaches and these staffs in place to be successful on the playing field, and of course our president, Dr. Wayne Frederick, who he's the one that made all of this happen. You can go and trace it from his presidency to now, and you see all of the drastic changes that have happened in just over the course of the years he's been there. So it's really a whole team effort from the academic side all the way through athletic side that has gotten us to this level. And it's just great to be at a place that you look around, it's like, man, everybody's thriving here, and it's a great feeling, especially as an alum.
Okay, all right. Well, you kind of mentioned your AD, and you mentioned the president. What kind of support do you receive for your program from the department, the institution, and fans?
Oh, we have immense amounts of support. Really, they just do whatever it takes for us to be successful. I don't have to jump through many hoops to get done and get accomplished what I'm looking to get accomplished in the track and field department. So it's I think that we are well on our way to being at a top level for an extended period of time, and that does come from the support of everyone, like I mentioned. And I think that we're supported really well. I mean, our alumni, they're loving it. You know, everywhere I go, they're coming out to the competitions. They're stopping. They're hosting events for us in different locations that we travel to. So they're really engaged, and I think that's an important part of being a coach. Period. You know, but specifically at Howard is making sure the alumni are engaged in, you know, because it is like a family, and they want to see us be successful. And when we are, you know, being successful, they're like, oh wow, you know, we want to keep this going, and they do a good job helping us out and supporting us as well.
Okay. Okay. Well, who are the biggest influences in your career?
Yeah, that's kind of huge. You know, I have a lot of influences, but you know, mainly the person that influenced me the most in life is definitely my mother, Brenda Chambers. You know, just I mean, had the most influence from growing up all the way through now. There's the teachings and things like that I still think about and use to this day. You know, just in life, coaching, everything. But you know, more specific to coaching, influences. Of course, my coaches first in college, Michael Merritt, is always going to be a huge influence on me, and of course Brooks Johnson on the elite level is a huge influence, and mainly just from the mental side of things. And yeah, so those are probably the people that I would put up there as my biggest influences on just my life from birth to now, 41 years old.
Okay. You're still a young man then.
Yeah, absolutely. Gray hairs, might tell a little different story, but I still feel young.
Well, you mentioned something very important, and there's been a lot of emphasis placed on it in more recent years. But how do you deal with the mental aspects of coaching for yourself and for your athletes?
Yeah, because it's definitely a two-way street. Because it wasn't until I took over this role that I realized of course, the mental side of coaching. But now being in charge of 60 athletes, 65 athletes, it's each one of those individuals has a problem. I have 65 problems, and they're all like need to be done right now. Just for instance, but it's one of those things that I have to find the space myself. So, when I took this over, one of the first things I did was find myself a sports psychiatrist to just, go over and just offload problems and have a resource that can help me with just the mental side of things. I think that's extremely important. And I think that's even more important as an athlete, especially a student athlete. I didn't really have that resource when I was in school, but learned it later on in my professional journey. But yeah, it's just important because it's a psychosomatic relationship. If your mind controls the body, and if your mind's not into it, your body won't be into it. So it's very important to keep your mind kind of focused on what you need to get done. And the mentality in track and field is, it's a few sports that are like it, because you stand out there by yourself, and it's 7-8 other people standing on the line with you, and you're out there by yourself, and you got to get it done. And you have to be able to take yourself somewhere mentally every day in training to be able to handle that sort of stress or pressure when it's meet day.
Okay. And this is a question I really hadn't gotten asking one yet, because I do interview coaches across the various governing bodies.
Mm-hmm.
But how has the NIL affected your program?
It hasn't really affected us very much on the track and field side of things. So I don't really have much experience with that at this moment. But I know it's still in its infancy, and I think we will be affected by that in the near future. So I just try to do my job and just educate myself on what's going on that side of things for when the time comes. So maybe at some of your bigger programs that they deal with that a little bit more than we do. So yeah, I really haven't had to deal with that at all. So But I mean, it's cool. I mean, as long as, you know, athletes get a chance to make a couple of dollars, that's great. Use your talents, you know, your image, name, image, likeness. That's great. You see it all the time. You know, kind of like your basketballs and football players, and that's cool. I'm a big fan of that and a big proponent of it, and you know, hopefully it just continues to be. Well, I hope it's successful for the student athletes, and that's something that can grow.
Okay. Well, Coach, please give shout outs at this time to anyone who you want to recognize.
Oh yeah, well shoot, absolutely. Big shout outs as always will go to the student athletes at Howard University in the track and field department. You know, with the hard work, efforts, everything that goes into kind of building and being able to resurrect this program to the levels that we all feel it should be at. You know, my staff. You know, starting of course with Jessica Cousins, our associate head coach, who just every last thing that goes on behind the scenes, you know, she's running the show on that. You know, you ask me what time, you know, something is, what time the plane leaving or the bus leaving, I have no idea. You know, she's the one that's got everything that we need. Definitely couldn't get this done without her. And of course, my other coaches, Coach Rivers, Coach Stokes in the field events, and then all the coaches that we've had that have come and gotten head coaching jobs. You know, Andrew Murphy running the distance program when we first started, Wesley Stevens, who led the team to the cross country title this fall and is a head coach now. And I mean, it's everybody that helps build the program. You know, it just might be, you know, my face is you know, on everything. So. But like I tell them all the time, I'm not Visa, MasterCard. You know, I'm not in the credit business. I don't, you know, I had a great career myself as an athlete where I got all the credit. I don't have to, you know, get all the credit for everything that's going on in the program now. It's a collective effort.
Okay. Well, we'd like to thank you, Coach Oliver, for participating in this chat. We hope that you and your program continue to succeed, and we will follow your developments. And I also want to thank you, the viewers, for watching this episode of Chat with HBCU Champions. Please visit ricefamegroup.org for more information on replays, including our new podcast and more HBCU information. Please have a blessed week and a blessed weekend.
Now I'm talking about young shakes. 502 representative. Just change. And this for my city.
Hey, I do it for my city. I don't plan on going down. If he think I'm going down, then he gone first round. For my city, I ain't never been a jumpin'. If he thinking I'm a jump, watch him get his head up. For my city, I don't plan on going down. If he think I'm going down, then he gone first round. For my city, I ain't never been a jumpin'. If he thinking I'm a jump, watch him get his head up. For my city, cause I feel like I love her so much, like I owe her so much for supplying her touch. I will always respect her, I will never neglect her. Bet you hear her naming like every one of my records. No, I'm not stunting, ain't no future in your frontin', right? Gotta get this money, watch me get it all night. Planet flying top flight, higher than space stations. That's why I gotta grind, cause I need it and I hate waiting.